thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 13, episode 17, the finale. So let's get into it, y'all. So before we get into this review, we gonna get a little spicy. And also, I apologize in advance if the audio is wonky. My microphone broke. And I don't know how, and I'm irritated because I feel like it broke stupidly and I can probably fix it, but like I'm just irritated and I don't got the bandwidth right now to try to mess with it. But I just want to talk about the reunion looks. Where are they going? Where are they going? All right, y'all. So I'm going to put the Bravo Insider link down below in the description bar if you want to look at the outfits a lot more detailed. I'm just gonna run through them all. I was very underwhelmed. I thought the set was actually nice. I think the set is supposed to be the skylight or the sky nighttime in Los Angeles, and it looked pretty, but I thought they were gonna do the same thing like what the Miami girls did, which was like a Mexico theme, or even when the girls on Potomac, I think they went to Spain, the backdrop was really pretty as well. So I was just kind of like, where was that? Where was that? But first up, let's talk about Miss Garcelle. I'm underwhelmed. Okay, I definitely think this looks way better than last season's, but I'm just like, it's nice. It's nice. Like, I can't knock it because I don't think she looks bad. I think her hair and makeup looks lovely, but I'm just like, okay, So I would give it like a 6. Yeah, I give it a 6. Next, let's go with Miss Erica Jane. Okay, maybe I give it a 7. I don't really like the what do you call it? The shoulder pads, but it's not bad. But I legitimately started thinking about her last year's look, where I was just like, didn't she wear something like this last year? And she didn't, but it was kind of similar, where it's like a short outfit, a little mini dress. But I'm not wowed, okay? I'm underwhelmed, but I'll give it a 7. Now, Miss Dorit. I actually really like this for Dorit. Now, I saw some people say all she did was drape an outfit around herself like fabric, and she pretty much did. But when I saw her outfit, I said, oh, she looks pretty. I would give this a solid 9 for me. I do get the it's just draped, because it kind of does look like they didn't have an idea of what they wanted to go with, and they just said, wrap it around, girl, wrap it around. But I think she looks beautiful. I like the dark hair. I feel like that pulls the outfit together. So I would definitely give this a solid 9 for me. Crystal. I don't like this on Crystal. It gets a 5. It looks matronly, and she's not she's the youngest person on the cast. And I just I don't know. It's not giving what I feel like she thought it was supposed to give. Because it's just giving very So a 5. Because Crystal's pretty. And it's giving she 40. It's giving 55. I don't. Erica look younger than you, and Erica is 52. Kyle, girl, very underwhelmed. Very underwhelmed. This is a 5. She looks nice, but I was just y'all supposed to wow me at the reunion. At the reunion, I want to be girl, take a risk. Okay, I'd rather you look a fool, but you took a risk versus you being safe, where I'm just okay, all of these outfits, I can see them wearing during the season. When it's the reunion, I want you to wear an outfit that, it's oh my gosh, oh, she got that. She did that. This not giving that, okay? So a 5 for Kyle. She looked pretty, but I didn't, Sutton. I actually will give Sutton an 8. I think she looks really pretty. I think she looks way better with longer hair. It makes her look a lot younger. This is Sutton's style. I don't really like the little flower in the middle, but I think the dress is actually a really pretty color on her, and she looks youthful. Because the thing about it is, Sutton is younger than Kyle, but Sutton be acting like she 83. You're young, fun, and your man, you get a lot of alimony, girl. Live your best life. And this looks really nice on her. She looks really pretty. So an 8. Now, Miss Amory. Girl, why are you Whoever did this to Anne Marie, girl, fired them. Because why did they put you in a dress we've already seen? I did not notice this until people on Twitter were talking about it. But Anne Marie basically has on Charisse's last year's outfit. And I said, no, she don't. And then someone put the pictures side by side, and I said, oh my gosh, she do. Now, I will say, this looks a lot better on Anne Marie. I feel like the way they styled Charisse, it made her look old. Like, and we know Charisse is like in her 50s, but she still seems like she's fun. And it just made her look very like mother of the bride. This is giving aunt of the bride, you know, a little younger, but still kind of like, girl, there had to be a different dress. But the stylist that put Anne Marie in this is wrong. You're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. And then last is Kathy. Why is Kathy there? Why is Kathy there? Like, what's the why? Why? But I mean, we know Kathy got money, and she looked. You know what? This is giving very much like pastor's anniversary type, where all she need is one of them big church mother hats. I could see my granny or one of my grandmas wearing this. I really could. Or one of my aunts. All they need is one good hat, tip it to the side. She walking in there. It's Easter Sunday. You can't tell her nothing. This is what it's giving. So we know Miss Kathy got the coinage. It's giving Easter Sunday chic. So go on, Kathy. Still don't know why you there. Still don't know why you're there. But let's get into this review. So the episode opens up and we're at SoFi Stadium, which is where the St. Louis Rams, now known as the Los Angeles Rams, plays. It's a really nice stadium. And Kyle and Erica and one of Kyle's friends, and I think Erica's friend shows up, are going to the stadium. We see Kevin Lee. I would love to see a show of watching Kevin throw his parties. Similar to David Totiro, he used to be on WeTV, where we would just watch him throw and like make these lavish parties. Like, I would love that, because Kevin give that he is a vibe and a really good time. Now, Kyle, you was throwing shots at Lisa. Okay, you was throwing shots at Lisa, trying to say that lady ain't humble. We know Lisa is extra and extravagant, and you was mocking her British accent. Now, if Lisa come out the woodworks and she hit you in the chest with some tea, don't be mad. Do not be mad, because you be doing that, Kyle. You be throwing shots at Lisa, and then when Lisa hits you in your throat, all of a sudden you a victim. Don't do that. Don't do that now. But we see Kevin. We end up meeting, I think, like one of the managers or event planners at SoFi Stadium. And she's like, Kyle, how did you pull this off? Like, how did you do this? And Kyle ends up letting them know she did a commercial. And I remember this commercial. It was her, Teresa, and Kenya. And I think it was a Super Bowl commercial, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember watching that commercial. And it was actually like a really cute concept for a commercial. So she wants to throw her infamous white party there. Now, we haven't seen the white party in like years. I think the last time we saw it was like maybe 2016 or 15. But you know, the panorama and Kyle and Mauricio ain't cool. Now, you know, like, but now she wants to throw the party instead of focusing on her issues in her relationship. And I think she threw this to show like, oh, we're a family kind of vibes, like the throw people off their trails. But then, you know, at the end of the episode, what happened. So they're throwing the party. Now, mind you, I was just kind of like, how are y'all gonna make this party fun? Like, y'all are in the middle of a football field. But I can't lie, Kevin Lee did his thing, because that party looked like it was a good time and a vibe. Because I felt like maybe it would feel kind of like ominous to be like in such a huge stadium in such a big space, and there's nobody there like watching a game. Like, it would feel weird. But they looked like they had a good time, and it looked like it was it was fun and it was a vibe. All right, y'all. So next we see Sutton and Porter go jewelry shopping. We really saw the wealth this episode, because Kyle's party, I think someone online said, was $400K, and then all the jewelry that Sutton tried on and the jewelry that she bought for herself and what Porter tried on was college tuitions, house notes and stuff. Like, they had money, okay? Money, all right? Like, but that's the thing. The only thing that I thought was really pretty was the tennis bracelet. It was like a really nice one where you didn't have to clasp it. You could just like cuff it on. That was $450,000. She tried on a $9 million diamond, like blue diamond ring. Then she also tried on a $89,000 toy horse ring. The thing was ugly. I'm sorry to whoever created that. It was ugly. It was ugly. And then she ended up purchasing, I think the earrings were like $68,000, and then Porter tried on earrings that were like $46,000, and I think that was gonna be like a graduation present to her, because I think she's only like, I think she graduated this year, so maybe they got them this year or last year. But it was a nice scene. She basically told Porter, like, I think it's important for you to see me doing this because you need to see that you shouldn't give up your power. Like, fall in love, have kids, get married, do the whole spiel, but don't give up like your sense of self, which is important because you can tell that that's what Sutton did when she got with Christian. And you can also tell that she still, I think, loves him deeply, because when she said, you know, she said this to Porter, she said it was really hard when Daddy said he was moving. And I would think that, like, if she had she wouldn't refer to him as Daddy to Porter. I really feel like she would have been like, it was hard when Christian, you know, when your dad said he was leaving. Like, to me, when you call, like when I call my dad Daddy, it's more like endearing than me just being like, Daddy, like, you know, Dad. Like, you know, when I'm mad at him, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like her calling him Daddy, I think she still really cares about him, because we know that Sutton didn't want to divorce Christian. She actually wanted to work it out. Like, when they decided to like separate, she was like, okay, we separate and we still work on our marriage. But he was like, nah, if we separating, I'm just gonna send you these papers and we're gonna get a divorce. And when she started crying, the way Porter was looking at her, like, girl, here we go. Here we go. I think she loves her mom. Sutton even talks about how, like, her kids really saw her go into depression. So Sutton has probably, not Sutton, Porter has probably seen her mom very low. And she said she was like, you know, she was happy for her because she could tell that her mom is happy. But the look on her face was like, okay, she about to break down. Let me prepare myself type energy. But either way, girl, I wouldn't give up that alimony though. Like, $300K a month, girl, would be living my best life. Okay? So we see everybody preparing for Kyle's white party. Like, we see Rob complaining about he can't find his white jacket, even though Crystal was like, I told you to do something about that. We see Anna Marie with her husband. We also see Garcelle getting ready, telling her Glam Scott about Denise talking trash about Erica. And then we settle on this scene with PK and Dorit. And pretty much, Dorit is pissed because PK is not in America. He's actually in London, and he keeps extending his trip. Like, I think at the end, we didn't find out that he didn't come home for like 39 days. I think he was only supposed to be out there for a little while. And on the cue card, it said it was day 25. And she's just kind of like, you know, 8 months ago, I probably would be losing my mind. And then they flash back to like the PTSD sit down that she had, with discussion that she had with PK and her therapist about her and wanting him to be closer. But she says, now I'm kind of like past that, like I'm managing it a lot better. But you can tell that she's irritated that he keeps extending his trip. Now I said, girl, what is he extending that trip for? Now, is there a family over there? Or is he trying to make money so he can keep up with this lavish lifestyle y'all keep trying to throw at our faces? Because here's the thing, Dorit. You can't be mad about that man working when we know about the legal troubles, like the money issues y'all's having. But I do understand being irritated with the fact that, like, baby, you keep pushing that, you keep extending your trip. Now, if you making money, that's one thing. But if you not, who over there, PK? What little girl you messing with? What woman you... And when I say little girl, I'm not meaning child. So don't do that. I'm talking about, like, what young girl in her 20s is he messing with, okay? Or 30s, because, you know, Dorit in her 40s. But I was just kind of like, why do he keep extending his trip? Girl, like, what he doing? what you doing? But they kind of get into like an argument across the phone. And she even says that she was like, I don't know if we're gonna, like, if he's ever going to be present for me. I guess she feels like PK doesn't show up for her when she truly needs him. And it's starting to wear her thin. But I also feel like Dorit can be very high maintenance. And let's not act like y'all not having money trouble. Like, it's clear as day that y'all don't have the money that you have or that y'all had in the beginning of the season. And I still believe Camille. And we saw Camille this episode. We saw Camille show up with her man. But I remember Camille saying when they got on the show that PK is known for like robbing Peter to pay Paul type energy. Like they be moving. So I'm like, girl, if he over here in London stacking his coin so you can stay on this show or live the lifestyle you want to show people on Instagram, shut up. Just shut up. You know, you have to accept the lifestyle that you want, girl. This how you gonna get it now. It's time for the party. And like I said, Kevin Lee did his thing. I was about to call him Keith Lee, but that's a black man. But Kevin Lee did his thing. Like, the party looked like it was so much fun. They had like a red carpet. Everybody could drive up inside the, I guess the tunnel when you see the people run out. Everyone drove up in their cars. They had a red carpet. They had I don't know what you would call them, like the Vegas showgirls with the feathers, and then they had this like really tall lady, like, so it looked, I think it was supposed to mimic like you walking on her dress, and she was there to like greet you at the end. She looked really pretty. And then you actually walked out on the stage. We saw Cynthia, we saw Jeff Lewis. They had a party. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. And it was really nice to see Cynthia in the mix. You know, she looking good, but Cynthia always look good, okay? That's a beautiful woman, okay? Cynthia's been beautiful since forever. But I feel like the older she has gotten, the more prettier she looks to me. So it's really nice. Mauricio is impressed. We are like, everyone's just like, oh my gosh, like Kyle did her thing. So I think it was PK's not there. And Dorit keeps telling everybody about it. And I'm like, okay, girl, we know the man's in London, but I can't fault her too much because people were asking her about it. But he was in London. Her outfit was not that cute, girl. This is how I know y'all having money trouble. Because Dorit, I don't think you would ever show up like that. Girl, it was given. No, girl. I know. Oh, girl, Dorit, no. We see Crystal and what's his name? Rob show up. They look really nice. Her brother was there too. He was getting his life. I forgot her brother's name. Is his brother named Jeff? Whatever. When I tell you Crystal's brother was in there, he was in there like show was Garcelle. Garcelle was lit. Garcelle was having a good time. Sutton came. Everybody really enjoyed themselves. And then, girl, next thing you know, I don't know who got there first. Either Denise and her husband got there, or we then had the entrance of Kyle and her daughters. But I think Denise got there before Kyle and her daughters. Girl, Denise pissed me off. I'm not even gonna lie. Denise was being a hater when Erica performed. She also looked a mess. I hate the way this lady dresses. Like, I get it. You're Denise Richards. She probably feels like I've been in Hollywood all my life. I ain't got to dress up for these things. But if there's a theme, don't be I feel like if you don't dress on theme, you're being disrespectful on purpose. I really do feel that way. Because if I took the time to tell all of y'all to dress up nicely, okay? Like, dress up. Because Denise gets there, she got on like a mini, kind of like a crop top, ugly pink and white Letterman's jacket. And then her raggedy husband, let me not call that man raggedy. I'm just mad that he had raggedy jeans on. Like, everybody else has on white. Like, you couldn't find any white linen pants. Girl, they make white jeans. You couldn't find white jeans. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, even Camille wasn't in, or Cynthia, but they had on like shimmery outfits. Like, Cynthia's outfit was like silver, like a silverish color. And then Camille's outfit was like blue. It was a bluish color, but it was like, okay, it's still like, but it was like a very, like Camille's dress, I think was like a very light blue. So you could tell it was blue, but it like, you could probably get away with being like, oh, it's kind of like off-white. Even with Cynthia wearing silver, like the glittery silver, it still was like you still dressed up. Like, you walking in there looking a pedestrian, and okay, she looked a fool and she pissed me off. Okay, she pissed me off. But I did get a cackle when Dorit said, you know what, I'm not even going to question the jacket, because she did shade her. She said, you look like a cute little cheerleader. That was a read, Dorit. And I'll give you that one. But when they flashed back to when Dorit was trying to tell Denise that her jacket was on backward because that lady was higher than Cloud 9, okay, or drunk. Either way, that lady was lifted, and she was like, "Don't do this, Dorit. Don't do this." That episode, Denise took me out. Denise took me out. That don't do this. I know what you're doing. Don't do this. I would have been no good because I'd have been in that house cackling if I was in that house at that night of that party. But we see Kyle, the girls look nice and all, they're all white. The food and stuff looks great. We find out that Steve and Sutton ain't really been talking because I guess he ghosted her. But I like Steve, give him another chance, Sutton. He seems like he was really your type of speed. But I honestly think Sutton still has feelings for her ex-husband because the way she speaks about him is very like endearing. Like she still likes, like I think she still has issues with him, but she still has like a lot of love for him. Also, I wonder if there's a clause in her divorce where it's like if she gets married, he got to stop giving her $300K a month. Now, girl, I would be single all my life. I'd be single and just have a cute little boyfriend on the side. We would never get married because I want that money to continuously come to me. Okay. But she pretty much said, I'm realizing like I can get a second date. I guess being with Steve boosted her confidence. And she had to give the what's her name? The dating coach also her like props because she also got her a third date as well. So okay, that's where we at with Sutton. Garcelle was having her a good old time. Then we have this scene where Kyle just wanted to have an issue with Mauricio because we see that Mauricio's friend said that he didn't know that the party was going to be in the stadium. Like he said, Mauricio told me he was going to be in the parking lot, so I ain't know how to dress. And I really think he was joking. The friend was also joking. I think Mauricio was joking too. And then Kyle got really in her feelings and went and confronted him. And Mauricio was just kind of looking at her like, girl, we here. Why you mad? Why you mad? Even when he tried to do like the spin her around, she was really like, I can't do it. Like she really does not want to be around him anymore. Like she really doesn't. Like everything he does pisses her off. So this is where Denise was being a hater. So Erica Jane is performing. We find out when they were in Spain. Because they stayed an extra day in Spain that they just didn't give it to us. Like they didn't show it to us, but they filmed for it. But when they were in Spain, Kyle had asked Erica, like, hey, we want you to perform at the white party. And so Erica's nervous, but she's like, okay, I've been training, I've been practicing, and this is going to show me if I can handle the residency in Las Vegas. And you have Denise being like, come on, you guys, let's go see Erica lip sync. Clearly, we know Erica's going to lip sync, but Denise, you were giving full on hater. You were giving full on hater, ma'am. So, and then it was weird because she was also filming her as well. Like you was hating, but then your phone was like this and you was dancing with the song. So what is it, girl? What is it? So then Erica performs. The song was It's Expensive to Be Mad. It's not anymore, but you stealing people's money, it was, But she did good. She hit that split. It was clean. It was a clean split. It was clean. So she hit the split. Everybody enjoyed it. Kyle was emotional because she was just like, seeing her friend achieve something made her emotional. And then that was pretty much the end of the season. They took a really nice picture, like all of the ladies together, and then they talked about where they're at now. For Erica, it looks like she's gonna be releasing new music in 2024, and we know she's like her show Bet It All on Blonde comes out in March, like the first week of March. I think it's like comes out on like premieres on the March the 6th. So she doing good. PK came home after 39 days. So when they were filming this, it was day 25 when they was arguing on the phone. So he extended that trip way longer than she wanted him to. And Dorit was in her confessional talking about, is he ever going to be present for me? I said, girl, he might not be. You might need to get a divorce and move on with your life. Kyle and Dorit have been really distant. They haven't spoken since December. Now, mind you, I saw a clip of Mauricio and Kyle. I think they were at some family function that a PK and Dorit were throwing, and it looked like they was all good. So I don't know. I guess their friendship is back on track. But we see on the reunion they gonna be getting at him, because I'm not gonna lie. I know people haven't been featuring Dorit really this much this season, but Kyle has been playing Dorit to the left. Like far to the left. And it doesn't seem like Dorit has really done anything in order to like slight or spite Kyle. It just seems like Kyle has really just been like pulling away from Dorit. So I feel like she has every right at the reunion to tell her how she truly feels. Because Dorit has been wanting to be there for Kyle, but Kyle has been stopping her every way. We find out that Anna Marie and Crystal haven't interacted since the white party. Who cares? You know, she says she gonna retire and give him medical advice. You should at cocktail parties. Her brother's name is Jeff. It says Crystal and is accepting that Jeff is living part-time in Thailand and he has a new girlfriend. Girl, the way the mama was crying at that table, I know her and Crystal are hell on wheels when it comes to who Jeff is dating. Anybody that dates Jeff, peace be with you, because I could not. That lady was at that table crying while Jeff was saying, you know, you raised me right. It's time for me to live on my own. And Rob is shaking his head like, yes, he a grown man. Let him be a grown man. Okay. Then we see Garcelle. Garcelle is like, you know, happy. She says she's basking that like her professional life and parenting and being a grandmother is going well. She actually received an award for her Black Girl Missing. I ain't watching, but you know, it must be good if they're giving out rewards. So good for you, girl. Good for you. Girl, Sutton fell at the party. And then Avi was there too. Now, Avi, I'm disappointed that you had on that black blazer. But you know, I love you. So it's okay. It's okay, okay. You at least, I know you dressed the part down all the way up, but it's okay. You should have had on white, but Avi, you should have had on white. But Sutton failed. You got Anne Marie and Cynthia be like, oh my God, Sutton. And then Dorit's like, are you okay? And then Sutton's like, okay, I didn't notice that there was a stage right there. But she's doing better. She's happy that her business is thriving. I think her son is now living with her full time. And the only man she worried about is the horse she got from overseas. That's pretty much it. And then who else, y'all? Okay, and then they were going to end there. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, they took that group picture. They were going to end there, and then it flashes to July, I think it was like the 23rd, 2023, when the news broke about Kyle and Mauricio split. News is out that Kyle and Mauricio split. Everyone is up in arms because of the People magazine article, and we see everyone looking. We got Rob and Crystal. Rob is like, oh my God, for real? PK and Dorit are on the phone, and she's just like, she never gave me any inclination that they were having issues. And PK's like, dang, this really sucks. We then see Anne Marie and her husband talking, and Anne Marie is kind of like, who released, like, okay, did Kyle release this so she could get ahead of the story, or did somebody else release this? And like, they're just like, you know, they're blindsided now that this news is out. And then, girl, Rob tickled me, because Rob's mind was like, girl, I bet you Morgan released it. I bet you she did. And Crystal trying to tell Rob, okay, Rob, take off your producer hat. Like, this is not a production. And Rob is like, no, I bet you. I know that girl released. Rob was like, I know it's T. I know that girl released this. I know she did. And so we then see Sutton and Garcelle on the phone. Garcelle's on FaceTime with Sutton. And Sutton pretty much saying, like, I knew something was up, and everyone was trying to act like I was such this bad guy for wanting to know what's up. And, like, pretty much Kyle been lying to us. And something in the milk ain't clean. And mind you, here's the thing. You could definitely tell that there was something going on with Kyle and Mauricio. And I do feel like Sutton had a right to kind of poke at Kyle, because Kyle will be poking at everybody else. Like, we've been watching this show for 13 seasons. We've seen Kyle get in the mix. We saw what happened last season, or 2 seasons ago. Maybe, is it 2 seasons ago? Where it was a whole Denise and Brandy Glanville situation. So I don't feel that bad for Kyle, but I do think, like, it feels like Garcelle and Sutton are kind of too giddy about them having issues. And I think it's more so like, I don't think they're giddy about it, but I think they're kind of like, we knew something was up. And this is just confirmation that we weren't crazy, that Kyle was definitely like hiding something, and she did do a 180, like with the whole going healthy lifestyle situation. So we then see this scene of Erica and Kyle meeting up. Now, I remember when Kyle posted this message about people where she said, in regards to the news that came out about us today, any claims regarding us divorcing are untrue. However, yes, we have had a rough year, the most challenging one of our marriage, but we both love and respect each other tremendously. There has been no wrongdoing on any part. Although we are in the public eye, we ask to be able to work through our issues privately. While it may be entertaining to speculate, please do not create false stories to fit a further salacious narrative. Thank you for your love and support, Kyle and Mauricio. Now, Erica goes over there and like she's hugging on Kyle and loving on Kyle because she said, when I was going through my situation, and they showed a flashback when they went walking and Erica was breaking down at the on the trail with everything, saying that, you know, Kyle was there for me and I want to be there for her. And then when they sit down, Erica apologizes because she's like, I'm sorry if I didn't notice that y'all were having issues. And they flash back to when they were at the weed dinner or the THC dinner. And she was like, I don't think there's any issues in your marriage. Like trying to have Kyle's back. And Kyle pretty much, she feels defeated right now. She feels like she failed because she wanted her marriage to stand the test of times. Erica asked, like, did anybody cheat? And she was like, no. She was like, nothing he did or I did. It's been little things leading up to it. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. So here's my theory about this whole situation. I don't know if Mauricio cheated. There's always been rumblings in the street about him cheating, especially YouTubers that I watch that live in LA. They always said, well, the streets say Mauricio be out here in these streets, with other girls, but no one has ever brought it to us. And I feel like if he really was cheating the way they said he was cheating, we would have saw it. Like, I feel like TMZ would have caught it. Somebody would have caught him out in the streets, like, being like philandering with some woman. So maybe he did it in the past, like, and then they moved past it. Or, because I saw a lot of people saying maybe he had an outside family, like got some girl pregnant. I don't know. I've heard people say, like, allegedly there's some girl that's friends with Brandy Glanville is who he was messing with and got real serious with her. But who knows? Who truly knows? To me, I think that there were things in their marriage that, like, Kyle didn't agree with, or that she felt like Mauricio never really took accountability for. And I think with the passing of her friend and her getting older, she probably just feels like, you know what, I want to live my life for me. And I thought Erica gave good advice. She said, you are a great wife to him. You're a great mother. If you are not whole, you need to figure out how to be whole and get to that point. And I think, like, I was actually impressed with the information and the advice that Erica gave her. And when Erica said, why do you think you failed? Like, y'all been together for 27 years. That's not a failure. To me, that's not a failure. In all honesty, if y'all were able to make it work for 27 years, that's not a failure to me. I mean, I understand feeling like you failed at it because you wanted it to last forever, or you wanted it to last until one of y'all went on to glory, But I don't think that's a failure. I just feel like Kyle just gave us a bunch of word salad, but then she also, I think, told the truth in the same. Like, I think it's been a lot of things building up, and because Mauricio has the ability, not the ability, but the attitude of like, oh, everything's great, like, don't worry about it, like, very laxed, and she wants him to be, it just doesn't, like, it's not working for them anymore. Especially when she said that, I always say I kept him alive, but if I wasn't with him, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy life because he pushed her to enjoy life. That now they're at a point where they're not those people anymore. They grew together, financially with their businesses, but now they're growing apart. So then we get this scene of them sitting down with all of their daughters. Now, the oldest one I was looking at both of them side eye, which, I mean, she's 34. Like, she's not a child. Like, she was looking at both of them like, just tell the truth. Like, I don't know, maybe and that's the only reason why I think maybe Mauricio might have cheated, because she was looking at him like, but then she also was looking at her mom like, girl, Like, I feel like there's more to this story, and Kyle is just not being honest with us. I also feel like it shows how much the network rocks with Kyle and the type of pull she has, because she's been virtually able to to guide the narrative about this whole entire situation in a way that I feel like other housewives would not be able to. Like, we have not gotten any information really out of her to like really say what the issue is. I really don't think when it comes to the reunion we're gonna get anything out of her either. I mean, I really don't think we're gonna get anything out of her. Honestly, I don't. But they're talking to the girls. You can clearly tell that the girls are upset and hurt. Like, they're, especially when Portia started crying, I said, "Oh, like that has to be such a like scary feeling, especially her being the only one that lives in the house with them now. Like, to feel like, oh my God, like my life as I know it is never going to be the same. Like, the rug has been pulled off and under you. Like, your parents aren't really together. They're just living in the house." And then when Kyle was explaining that, like, yeah, we're going to be separate. So they're like, so y'all need more separate, like more space in order to figure out what's going on with y'all. And then even Mauricio was looking at her like, girl, what? Like, it's like Kyle's not being honest with him and she's not being honest with them. Like, I really feel like she telling Mauricio a different story. And then when she gets in front of everybody else, he's like, okay, girl, what's going on? Because the way he looked at her, like, girl, that don't make sense. Because even he was like, no, that's not it. So as of today, we know that they still live in the house together. They're just living separately, because they end up showing us Kyle out with Morgan. And girl, she was on Watch What Happens Live yesterday. Morgan was with her. So I guess her and Morgan are back cool. And the way Morgan was rubbing on her side, I said, girl, now, Miss Kyle, is you soft launching your relationship or your coming out party? Let us know. But, you know, we saw Mauricio was out in Aspen with Antina. Is it Anita? I love her music, by the way. They was trying to play Anita like she wasn't like that girl ain't got bops. But my thing is, like, people were mad at Mauricio. I wasn't mad at Mauricio. My thing is, if Kyle can be out here going on trips, hanging out with Morgan, and be very like, I don't know if we together or not type of energy, then I feel like Mauricio can live his best life as well. And honestly, to me, I feel like if they can divorce amicably and, like, you know, he go on and live his life, she goes on and lives her life, and they still keep family at the core, like they still, you know, show up for their kids at their events and at their things and stuff like that, and be there for Portia, then to me, your family still worked. Your family is still a success. But I just feel like it's confusing at this point. We find out that her and Kathy reconciled. And I also think that Kathy has never liked Mauricio. The energy has always been kind of with him. But I also feel like Kathy got some stuff with her too. So I can't fault Mauricio all the way with her, with their relationship either. Because Kathy gives like very much like, I'm the HBIC and what I says goes. And Mauricio gives very much, your sister not gonna run me. She not my mama type energy. But that's how the episode ended. With Kyle crying and being happy that the season was over. So yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic. Definitely hop down in the comments below and let me know if you enjoyed the season. I thought the season started off really well. It kind of hit a lull in the middle, especially when they went to Spain. It kind of was just kind of like, meh. But I still enjoyed the season. You know, I still thought it was a pretty good season. So let me know your thoughts. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.